everybody, it's Stephanie with Kate's Crafts, and I am back with a Flosstube update. I know it has been a while, and I apologize. Um, Things, life, mental health, everything has been going on, along with back to school and all of those things. So, um, welcome if you're new, and thank you for coming back if you're returning. Again, my name is Stephanie, and I go by Kate's Crafts here on Flosstube as well as on Instagram. So if you're not already following me, I'd love for you to either subscribe and here or come follow me on Instagram so I can give you a follow back. I wanted to start by saying there was a couple weeks ago now, like a month ago now, um, EJ and Sheila of the Sunshine Stitchers had their 200th episode, and they were opening some bubbly to celebrate, of course, and they went about it in a little bit of a way that I had to like stop. I had to pause the video. I had to stop, and I was like, no, 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 ladies, no. You're giving me a heart attack. Because of the way they were opening their bubbly. And so I had to throw a PSA out there for safety. So, with that being said, I made a comment. Sheila referenced it actually on her next video, but I did have several of the people who follow me message me on Instagram about it and ask me, to provide a little bit more clarity on my comment. So I recorded a video of me opening a baby bottle of bubbly. I did it right before this, so I'm going to edit it in. I have it right here because, of course, we have to cheers while we're on Flosstube. But I'd love it. I guess hopefully it helps somebody. If this PSA helped anybody not lose an eye, break a window, damage their walls, or get injured in any other way, that's fantastic. So I'm going to enter that video right here. Hi. So this is the portion where I wanted to fulfill some of the requests I had on Instagram after I had responded to the ladies at the Sunshine Stitchers celebrating their 200th episode and how they were opening their bottle of bubbly, or not opening their bottle of bubbly. After I commented on there, I know Sheila mentioned it in the next video. And on top of that, I actually had a number of you guys message me on Instagram. So I thought I'd just drop this in real quick right here. So I have a little baby bottle. So you're going to peel off the foil. And just the reason why I'm so, I don't know how to say, like protective of this, more people are injured by champagne corks than are attacked by sharks every year. Seriously. The cork can fly off at like 200 miles an hour. So be careful. Never aim at someone's face and never stand with it with the cage off, just like this. So the cage is on. There's this little twisty do here. It's like 6 1/4 turns to loosen the cage. Now I always have a bar towel, and I always do this like over the bottle. But for today's purposes, I'm going to do most of it without the towel on until well, I'll try and open it without the towel. But I always do that because that'll also help deaden the blow if it were to like burst out. But as I told EJ and Sheila, you're going for a small pop, like a nun farting in church. I know it sounds crazy. You don't want the big explosion. Not only do you not want to waste your wine because it'll go everywhere, but then you're letting all the bubbles escape, and then it won't be as bubbly as long. So, all right. So I have my glass here. I have my cork. I'm going to twist it 6 1/2 turns while keeping my thumb over the top just in case. I'm going to put it down. Sorry. Here. So twist 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's open. You can see. Do not take the cage off. The cage is also there for gripping. Okay. And then what you want to do is hold the cork and just slowly twist. You can feel it going. Twist the bottle away. And that's it. It's open. Cork, cage all together. Bubbly. Pour in glass and enjoy. Okay, so now everybody knows How to safely open and pour your bubbly. Back to regular floss tube. All right. Hopefully you guys all found that educational. And if not, you're at least having a good laugh with me. But it's serious, seriously. Um, I was serious that more people are injured by champagne corks than sharks every year. Um, so here's to bubbly safety. Um, so now that we have that out of the way, um, I swear, this is a Flosstube channel about cross stitch, actually. Sometimes wine, sometimes Disney. Disney. It's that time of year. So one of my favorite new things right now are my Halloween ears. So these are from Origineers Designs, and I've worn her ears before during my Flossmas last year, and I will continue to wear them as well this year for Flossmas. I have a number of them. What I love about them is they're interchangeable. So I actually have two headbands, but you really only need one. And then they're magnets. And the cool thing is, so these magnets are embedded in and they just snap so you can't put it on crooked, you can't put it on wrong, you just snap in. And so these ears have little spider webs and they say, not so scary, that way, not so scary, and boo to you on them. And then I got the crown. So there is a third magnet in the middle of every headband here, and that is for either some sort of an add-on. You can put a little bow there, or like here, this is her new kind of crown. So we've got the different Mickey Halloween balloons, which are adorable, but they're very comfortable. I find them more comfortable than the ears that are sold at the park. And I love that I only have to have like one headband, and then I can just take all these in my suitcase, and I have a little I use like a little travel makeup case that I put them all in, and then I can swap them out to match my different park days. So, and I will be going in 3 weeks. Very excited. So I am hoping to get my Christmas ears in time. I just ordered them today. So go check her out. I will link her Instagram information down below and her website as well. It's not a paid promotion. I don't get any kind of a discount. I don't have a referral code or anything, but Nancy is awesome. She is super sweet and I love her. So if you can support her, she's got some great designs and great person. Okay, still about cross stitches wear. All right. So the good news is I actually have some finishes because it's been a while. So go figure. Okay. One of my expo purchases I got was the 13 Spooky Smalls from Primrose Cottage Stitches. I think you guys have all seen this by now, probably. I was hoping to stitch a few more. I don't know that I'll get to them this year, but that's fine. There is a Hocus Pocus one in here that says "Come, we fly," and it's got a broom, a vacuum cleaner, and a mop, which is adorable. It is actually not on the front or back cover though, and if I show you the page, you'll see the pattern. So hopefully I have the fabric picked out. It should be a really quick stitch, so I may get to that one this year. Not sure, but I do have three finishes from this book so far. So the first one I did was, let's see, what is it called? I don't even remember the name. Pumpkin Stack. This is what it's called. And I just stitched all of these with DMC. They're super fast stitches. You can see, see how small this is. This is an 18 count Ada, and it's from Brandy. It's a off cut though, so I don't know what the color is. It's probably from a Friday Night Fight Night regardless, but it's like a darker tan color, a little bit close to a vintage country mocha-ish color. So that's Pumpkin Stack. Then the second one I finished also, this is on I think a color and cotton Ada grab bag piece, I think, although it's kind of modeled, so maybe not. It's definitely a no name. but I did Wicked Without Coffee. I stitched this in all the called for except the without. Instead of doing back stitching in black, I did it in the purple that's in the witch's hat, because I like purple. And I'm going to use the other half of this for one of the other ones. But super small and easy, fun. And then the third one I did all of these honestly as safts. I finished, I think this last one I did 2 days, but the other ones were both 1 day each. So this last one is Witch's Brew. And this is on an 18 count Ada from Jody from Steel City Stitchers. I'm in her fabric club. And this is one of her no name. It's kind of a bluish gray, but it's modeled. I love it. Little frog. Super cute. I realized the only thing I didn't put in here was the little back stitch. There's a little thing down to the little spider. So I'm going to still call it a finish. I'll finish it tonight. Whoops. It's funny how when you're filming and you see something, you're like, oh, yeah, missed that. All right. So that was my 3 finishes from Primrose Cottage Stitches in this book. Like I said, there's a couple more I want to do. I want to do this Trick or Treat. And I want to do, the other one isn't on here either. It's kind of similar to this Broom Co. one, but it says My Broom Runs on Coffee. So that will be on the docket. And then my other finish, my 4th finish, is a small Lizzie Kate. And this is a piece, I got the pattern and the fabric from my friend Annie, Joyfilled Stitcher on Instagram. She was doing a de-stash over the summer, and I was lucky enough to get a few pieces. One of them was this chart, and I did not stitch it in the called for, because it's a type of floss that I don't typically buy and don't have a stash of. But I just pulled from stash, and I think it came out really cute. So I have 4 finishes. That's exciting. All right. I did have a couple of new starts. The whole whip down thing is not going so well. No FFOs. Lord knows, no FFOs. I need to work on the FFO situation. All right. I had 2 new starts. Well, technically I had 5 new starts, but 3 of them I finished. So the other 2 is, this is by Hands On Design. It's Autumn Basket, triple play pillows. And I am starting with this one down here. And I am stitching this on a no-name 32 count Lugana from Brandy at Bestitch Me. I stitched something on 32 count, and I always thought 32 count, I don't really like 16 count. And then I started stitching on 32 count, and I was like, this is nice. I like this. So I need to build up my stash. This is my start. So it's a small start. It's I think I'm like 15, 18% done. And that was all done in 1 day. So this really would be a pretty quick stitch. This is like the top third or top half here. So it'll fit within this hoop. And you can see my baby Grogu needle minder. That's from Fangirl Fibers. Love her needle minders. So that's my start on that. And I'm just using the called for DMC on this. I probably could have pulled from stash, but I don't know, the fabric is probably all sold out, but I may try and pick up the fabric bundle for the pillows, and just in case I decided to buy the or use the DMC. All right. Actually, you know what? My other whip is across the room, so I'm going to pause this and I'm going to come right back. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. You know how it is when you realize, oops, forgot to grab something. Okay, I actually have a 3rd new start. That's what I realized I forgot. Okay, but new start number 2, Autumn Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I don't remember. I think I picked this up at Stitches and Things. I want to say maybe after market this year, but I saw the Cornhusker Stage Stitchers were doing a sale with this, and I decided to jump in. They finished, I think, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, maybe. They're about to start the Christmas one next week. But I only have like 1 1/3 sections left, so I'm not doing too bad. I'm actually keeping up on it pretty good. So I am stitching it on 36 count vintage country mocha. I was, for anything I didn't have a color match for, I'm using DMC, but any of my fancy floss that I could match in, I switched to that. Which made me realize I don't have a lot of green fancy floss. Who knew? I have this on my scroll frame, so I've kind of just like extended it out so you can see it. But so I'm all the way down here on Go on a Hayride. I need to fill in the bottom of this acorn and the acorn that the squirrel's holding, and then the inside of the wagon. And then I just have the last section that's make pumpkin pie. So pretty good for a sale. So this was all done within, I started this on September 6th. So like a month and a half ago. So I'm pretty proud of that. I will say that I've got some personalizations in this. I messed up a little bit, but that's okay. It's okay. It's mine. No one else will be able to tell. So again, Needle Minder is by Fangirl Fibers. I got that in one of her boxes last year. So. Down there. And then my last start, so one of the things I did this, sorry, I got a hanging needle and thread here. I'm just going to pull it to the back. Over the summer, right after I last recorded, I was actually going out of town for 2 weeks to the Jersey Shore. And we're near the Atlantic City area. And I was able to get down to Cape May again, like I did last summer, and go to Stitch by Stitch. Yeah, Stitch by Stitch. And so one of the charts I picked out, I had never done a biscornu. I still technically haven't done a biscornu, but they had this one. It was a Phoenix biscornu. And I thought it was so cute. So I've started it, and I've got one corner completely done. This one's mostly done. I just need to add the darker accents and the teal and the gray and whatnot. And then I started up into the third. And I'm stitching this on 18 count, just an offcut of white 8 I had. So you can see it's not going to be super huge. That's okay. I think the funny thing is that I want to rotate it when I'm stitching it, but then I don't want to change the directions of my stitches. But on a biscornu, I'm not sure if that would matter. I guess anybody here who's made one, leave me a comment down below and let me know if that matters. Like if you rotated by quadrant, would it matter? I don't know. It does have some detailing like here on the bottom. So there is stitching on the bottom to do. I have that piece already cut out and mapped out, but I saw Helen D has done some really great tutorials. I know she did one on the block party finishes, and I think she did one on a biscornu as well. I'm guessing it's the same in theory, so we're going to give it a try. The idea of stitching that all together looks like it just takes so long, though. I don't know. I'd rather spend my time stitching. But anyway, I don't know. We'll see. All right. My next two are onto whips. I have 2 other whips. And one, so when I went to the Jersey Shore, I only took one piece with me. And I took, it was my whip go at the time. It was my Harry Potter book covers by Fox and Teacup Designs. And I decided that I wanted to, I think the last time I showed this to you guys, I had started kind of working my way across the top, but I kind of went all in and then filled in across the top. So I've got some part threads here. I've made quite a bit of progress. I think the last time you guys saw it, I was like here. So basically all of that, maybe just into the P, but all of that is new. And then I went back in here and filled in a ton of the ninja stitches that were open. Um, Ninja stitches have become the bane of my existence, so I'm trying to go back and repent for past sins and fill them all in and then not let them happen again. But this is a supersized max color version. I'm stitching this on 25 count Lugana Easy Guide or Easy Grid, and called for DMC 2/1 10th stitch. So that actually got called twice in, it was on my Whipco board twice, and I got called in, I think, July and August, or July and July. I have to go back and check, but it's done for the year. I may or may not pull it out, depending on if a challenge were to come up or something, but for right now, I'm focusing on my focus piece for the year, which is the next and last whip I want to show you guys. And this one, it's been a little while. Well, it's been a while since I filmed, and I think I showed it the last time I filmed. This is my 22,000 stitches in 2022. Last year, my focus piece was my Floral Bird of Paradise, and this year I switched it to my other Hade Mini White Magnolia. Artwork is by Marianne Broom. And I'm also stitching this on 25 count Lugana Easy Guide with 2/1 10th stitch. And since the last time you guys saw this, I have stitched so much. I think I've stitched 7,000 or 8,000 stitches on it in the last 2 months. And most of that is because I was following along with the MMIW, the marathon that Michelle Bendy, Erin Martini Stitcher, Alicia from Resist Stitch, and Rachel Ray, and Jessie from Mislaid Pages. So it's the MMIW 2GS marathon, where you try and spend 100 hours and raise money and awareness for the coalition, who does a lot to help with legislation to address the atrocities that have been committed against Native American women and those on reservations where the law becomes very, I think legally it becomes gray, but it really shouldn't be gray. Morally should not be gray. And really what's going on is horrible. So I did try and participate last year. It was not successful. I will not hit 100 hours this year, but I am going to be closer. I think last year I finished at like 38 hours. I failed miserably. And this year I am on track to hit 50 hours, but I probably won't go much past that within October 31st, when we're supposed to be done. I will continue to stitch on this till I hit my 22,000 stitches for the year. I am currently at, I want to say 15,000 or just under 15,000. But more importantly, I hit 30% on my whip, 30% on Pattern Keeper. So the last time you guys saw it, I had kind of worked my way over here, and then I started at this corner and started working my way back diagonally. I kind of gave that up, and I filled all of this in. And up in this section, it was only like down 10 or 20 stitches. So I also carried this part down past the page. The page finish was like here. I did all of this over here. So it's really coming along. I'm very proud of it. It's a lot of effort, and I don't know. I'm interested to go back to Floral Bird of Paradise now, but I definitely want to try and hit my goal of 22,000. I know if I pick up Bird of Paradise more than what my WhipGo calls for in November, I know, because I have it on my WhipGo board twice left, so it'll either be November or December. If I leave it there and don't swap it out for this one, I know I may not hit my goal, so we'll see, but I'm really proud of it. I think it's kind of cool. So, and that obviously is the corner. And I think there's only, if I remember right, there's only another like 50 like 5 blocks down to the bottom of the pattern. So it's roughly how big it is. It's a mini, so it's like 200 tall by, or 225 tall by like 325 or 350 across. So, okay. So, all right, those are my whips. Like I said, I know I haven't been filming, and up until recently, I've been kind of lax on Instagram too. Um, I started getting a lot of weird, creepy follows and messages on Instagram, so I had to go through and block some people, and it just kind of I took a little break. I was going and reading and looking at all your lovely posts because and liking and commenting where I could, but I wasn't posting my own stuff just because it felt kind of weird. So, um, anywho, love social media. Uh, all right, so I guess haul is abbreviated. I'm not actually even going to show anything else because since we last talked, uh, I went to New Jersey and I visited Stitch by Stitch. And then when I came back, probably about mid-August, I met my friend Jennifer at Riverview Stitching in Riverview, Michigan, which is owned by the lady who is the designer for RATM. And she is such a sweetheart. And we were able to go up and stitch on a Saturday, and I bought a couple things there. And um, and then I also ordered expo orders from Top Knot Stitcher as well as Pam at Stitch New England. And if I showed it all to you, this would be a 2-hour video. So not doing that. No one wants to see that. Um, and so that being said, I have acquired some things. I am trying to do better about not acquiring things. I have the November Black Needle Society box coming in November, and the coffee box from Bestitch Me, which that'll be my first box from Brandy at Bestitch Me. And that'll be exciting. And then in December, I have 2 boxes, one from Fangirl Fibers for the Jingle Cruise, for a Jungle Cruise Christmas themed box. It's like a 12-day, I think. And then I also ordered Forbidden Fiber Co. was doing a Star Wars, I think Resistance 12-day Advent. So I should have 2 12-day Advents to open. So along with, I did get my wine calendar Advent from Costco. And next week, the cheese calendars at Aldi go on sale. So we'll see if I can pick one of those up because I like my wine and cheese. And then I think this year, I don't know if we are doing the Harry Potter Lego Advent again or Funko Pop. I think I ordered that for the kids, but I do know that they picked out a Pokemon Advent for them this year instead of the Lego. So that may not be as exciting for you folks. So, so we've got some Advent stuff coming. It'll be fun. I'm gonna try and do Flossmas and 12 Stitches of Christmas again, and that's usually coordinated through the Black Needle Society with Katie and Laura. So if you're interested in that, check out their Flosstube. I'm sure going into November they will share all about it. But I do have a couple of new starts that I'm planning. Oh, and as far as haul goes, more stitchy kindness than haul. But I was lucky enough to win the giveaway by X Stitch the Rainbow and the entire group that did the autumn palette, autumn garden palette for Expo. And it's the one that uses these Cottage garden threads from Australia, right? So the designers, I forget how many designers. I think I won 13 charts. That's amazing. I want to say there were 15 or 18 designers. And so there was a giveaway on Instagram and I won. So I won a set of the threads and like I said, I won 13 charts. I won a needle minder from Abby at Top Knot, a frame from, I think, Romy's Creations, and a bag from Wild Violet Cross Stitch, which her bags are really fun. They're a nice, like, canvas, like heavier weight, like zippered bag. And the design was just gorgeous. So I haven't started any of those yet, but I unwrapped my threads. And I think the first one I'm going to start is this Manny Donna one. I fell in love with this. I almost bought it like 5 times. ended up not buying it, and thankfully I won it. So I did not get the fabric or the trim or anything though. So I think at this point I'm going to stitch it on this 36 count Not Another Sampler linen from Bestitch Me. It's got a little bit of modeling in it. It doesn't look like it, but it's a little warmer. So it kind of matches the fabric that Mandy Dodonna did, but it doesn't have like the green in it. But so I'm going to do that. Hopefully this week. I'll make a start on it at least. And then the other one I want to start is, I got this as well from Expo, is the Halloween Tiny Town. And I followed Helen D, East Coast Crafter. She did a finishing where she finished this on a board and it's on the front of like a basket. And I found a divided box thing at the Target dollar spot that if I stitch this on 36 count, it will fit perfectly if I mount it on board. So that's what I'm doing. And the fabric I've picked is a no name from Friday Night Fight Night from Brandy, but let me show you the section I'm going to use because it's kind of modeled different. Stitch it right down here along the bottom. And it is it's a brown tan color, but it's got a little bit of like modeling in it with a little bit of the greenish on the side, but not too much. The orange colors from the DMC, orange and brown and white, do look pretty good with this when I did a floss toss, so that's what I'm going to try. And it'll fit right across the bottom of a fat quarter perfectly with a fairly healthy border on it. So that is another start that I'm hoping to make this week. So those are my plans. We have a ton of Halloween activities with the kids this week. I don't know if your schools are doing this, but because Halloween's on a Monday, they're doing costumes, trunk or treat, all that stuff on Friday instead. So it kind of stinks because I have to be ready that much earlier. So we had to deal with the Halloween costume situation today. And that was fun. My oldest is now, he's 11 and he's 5'5". So he's in adult costumes, a lot more expensive than the kids' costumes. I can't tell you the last time I bought myself a costume. I bought a Harry Potter robe probably 5 years ago, and I just put that on every year because in Michigan, and this year is no different. In Michigan, we are slated to have snow on Halloween. It doesn't seem to matter what the weather's like. It was 73 degrees today, and it will be snowing for Halloween, and then it will go back up in the 50s after, just to mess with us and make Halloween miserable for all the parents who go out trick-or-treating. So I go for practicality and warmth. Although last year my practicality put us at Disney for Halloween. Wish we were there again, but that will not happen. This year, it's not in the cards. So that being said, I do have several trips down to Orlando for work in November, December, which is going to cut into my stitching time. But I hope to be posting more often. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know I'm kind of rambling, but I know I hope everybody's staying safe, traveling safe. I hope you have your health. And those who are impacted by the hurricane are still, I'm sure, recovering. And wishing you guys all the best as well. And please take care. And hopefully I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.